So, wasted employee genius is staff gets confused with 3S time and task time. So, daily tasks are things you have to do every day on your shift, and that can't be counted as a 3S. Just like your chores for the day or for the week can't be counted as a 3S. It's got to be something that's not a daily task and is not a chore. And staff keeps getting confused with that. Under utilized technology, we have these papers down in the laundry room that tell you exactly what 3S is. And they hang up on the wall right next to our morning meeting computer and papers. Staff is not reading these so they can understand it better. And I feel we as managers need to come up with a better system of how to explain 3S so staff can understand it better. Under communication and delayed feedback is a 3S is something that makes your job easier and the next person's job easier, and to look for defects and look for problems in our system and then to fix them. And sometimes I'm seeing 3Ss where they've cleaned something, but then they don't leave it that way. It gets changed back to its old way. And if it is in a 3S and somebody fixed it to solve a problem that we had, why are we taking it back to the old way where it was a problem for a staff member to fix? Defects is staff isn't sweep, sort, and standardizing. They are just kind of finding something, cleaning it, and then calling it a 3S. So they aren't using our 3 steps for 3S. For example, I will give some 3S knots and 3S goods. So stocking your cart is a daily task that you have to do at the end of your shift. Obviously, it wasn't done yesterday. That can't be counted as a 3S. Taking your linens from down here upstairs to restock upstairs is not a 3S. But say we got sold out and we only have 1 cart downstairs and 1 cart upstairs for housekeeping. So somebody made an identical cart for downstairs housekeepers to use when we are busy and we have 2 housekeepers on the same floor. That can be a 3S because you made it better. Instead of having the staff share 1 cart, they made another cart. Another 3S is sweeping and mopping the laundry room or cleaning a laundry room. That's not a 3S. It's a chore. But going behind the washer and dryer and wiping down all of the lines and the pipes to make sure nothing is leaking, going back there and wiping down stuff and making sure nothing is leaking is a 3S because you're making sure there's no problem. And you're making, if there is a problem, you're making everybody aware of the problem. So that can be a 3S. If a drawer is really, really full of stuff that none of us ever use at the front desk, and you take all of it out and you only put stuff back in that we actually use, and you find homes for the other stuff that's in there, that's a 3S. Over processing is staff is not understanding that it's a simple fix. They're not understanding that it doesn't have to take you 2 hours to do a 3S. It's a quick, okay, that bugs me. That causes problems during the shift. That's a defect. Let's fix it, figure out a way to fix it, get it done, and then move on. They are trying to overthink it, and that's what's making it difficult for staff. So they are having to redo their 3S's to be able to learn how we want the 3S's done. Being difficult to do business with. With guests, it really doesn't affect our guests as much as it does our staff. So if staff gets overwhelmed and confused and doesn't really understand our 3S, and we keep just telling them that's wrong, that's not how a 3S is. 3S is sort, sweep, standardize, and not explaining it where they can understand it, they get overwhelmed. They start to freak out. And we've had some people quit. I don't want to do the 3S morning meetings. It's because they don't understand how to do it properly and how it actually makes everybody's job easier once you find something that is a defect and you fix it. So I feel like we need to come up with an easier way to explain the 3S system so staff doesn't feel so overwhelmed and trying to not understand how we are wanting to run our business.